What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Spider Cal. Welcome back to the Poor Man's Channel. And I just want to talk about something that I just read and saw the video of. And I just want to speak on it for a hot minute. It's probably like a little old to some of you, but I'm literally just reading about it, and I just saw a video about this particular incident, and it's about police. This, I don't know if he's a cop or he's a detective. You know, they're all pigs to me. But this law enforcer, supposed to be a law enforcer, Misconduct, up in Washington State, I believe. This motorcyclist is at a red stoplight, and and he has a camera, set up inside his helmet. Like, you can't see it, if you was like standing in front of him. It's like one of them hidden cameras that's like, in his helmet. Thank God he had one of those, so he can, prove everything that took place actually took place. But he was at a stoplight, and this dude, he had his car was unmarked, because you could see his car real quickly. His car was unmarked. He had no badge. He was in civilian clothing. This fat fuck just ran up on this guy on a bike at a stoplight with his gun drawn on him. And the way he drew it, he knew he was wrong, because the way he drew it, he was trying to hide it from ongoing traffic. So he had the shit like this. He ran up on him. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, like a stick-up man. That's how stick-up motherfuckers do. "Yo, what up? Yo, what up, motherfucker? Give it up." "Hey, how you doing?" He's a white dude, so I'm thinking like, what the fuck? So he ran up on this dude, with his piece on him, ready to blow him away. And the guy on the bike was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. So from watching the video, from what I can take out of hearing what both of them was saying towards to one another and watching the video, this entitled piece of shit felt like he got pissed. He must have got upset because, maybe I don't know, maybe the guy on the bike either cut him off, or maybe the guy on the bike was either like, going too fast. Because I will admit, people on motorcycles act like they're, impervious or immune to death. They do dumb shit. I don't get it. Especially when you on something like a bike, because all it takes is really one good accident and you're done or paralyzed. And again, guys, like, I'm transitioning. I mentioned in my other videos, I'm transitioning into the world of trucking, or the CDL field, and I'm moving from that. I'm moving on to that field from the healthcare field, and I've been doing, CNA work, since 2001, like really fresh out of high school. So I've seen it all, from rehab, from hospice, people, I've took care of a guy. Nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him at all. I've taken care of a guy that was on his honeymoon. Spanish guy, I'll never forget it. He was on his honeymoon. Him and his newlywed wife was in Jamaica. And like, they was jumping off some cliff or some mountain, into the ocean. Like, it's, I never been to Jamaica. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about. So he jumped off the mountain and to, like, dive into the ocean. And like, I guess that's just one of the things that you do over there at the resort or whatever the fuck, and he dove off the mountain head first. If you guys ever see that movie Turistas, it's like that. This a local kid, was showing a bunch of tourists from United States around, and they jump off, this mountain, having fun or whatever. And this kid that's from, the area, he jumped off head first, and his head smack into the rock right inside the water, and he would have drowned and died right there if it wasn't for, those Americans jumping in and saving his life and everything. But this is what happened to this particular resident that I took care of years ago, and he was paralyzed. from the neck down. And he was just so hurt and distraught and mad, and he just had all kinds of overwhelming feelings, and rightfully so. Like my job was to take care of him and to clean him and feed him and stuff like that. But this guy went through some shit, and then shortly after that, maybe like 5-6 months, his girl left him. His wife left him, divorced him, moved to Florida somewhere. And this dude, he wanted to die. He was ready. He wished he had died in that accident. Those type of people, I used to take care of. And I left that field because I'm just so tired of the constant reminder of death, and so you can't help but sometimes, getting attached to people. When you see them every day, they become like your distant family. So, I just got tired of seeing these people die and stuff like that. So, I'm transitioning into the CDL world and everything like that. But back to what I was originally talking about. This cop pulled up on this dude, and as I was saying again, like I seen a lot of individuals do stupid shit on motorcycles, try to do tricks, stand on the seat where they're supposed to be sitting on, or popping wheelies, just doing all kinds. I even seen a dude, point blank across the street, pulling out of a Wendy's, restaurant, crash his bike, to another car that was pulling out. He was going along traffic, but he was speeding, and he wasn't paying attention, and the car that was coming out of Wendy's had the right of way, and it crashed right into the car, and it exploded right there on impact. I'll never forget it. I was maybe 10 years old when I saw that shit, and because of that, I never ever stepped foot on a bike or hopped on a bike ever. And I would never do it. So this guy, it seems like evidently this guy was maybe he was riding like an asshole, or maybe he was riding too fast, and this cop got pissed, abused his authority, followed him, waited till he had an opportunity to run up on him, and he ran up on him with his piece. Who fucking does that, man? When I was growing up, because my dad is a retired cop, from local policeman to state trooper. And he taught me how, mind your surroundings, pay attention to what people say to you, don't take their word for as they're giving it to you. Read between the lines. Pay attention to their body language and shit like that. Even when you at random places, mind your surroundings. Who's around you? People could be watching you. You don't even know you don't even know somebody fucking watching you. And next thing you know, someone run up on you like that cop did with a gun. And when you watch the video, it looks like this dude is robbing him in broad daylight at a fucking stoplight. Growing up, law enforcement, pulling your weapon out on someone is supposed to be end result. And that was before the times they had tasers and shit like that. At least pull out your fucking taser. I've been pulled over before by five undercover cops. I'll never forget it. I was 20, 23, 24 years old. I just came out of work in my scrubs. I'm still in my nursing gear, in my scrubs, just got out of work. And, there was undercover cops because they was in some kind of Dodge sports car, royal blue, limo tinted, completely tinted. I couldn't see inside, but I was at a stoplight and I saw somebody jump in the back seat, but by the time I looked, they already had jumped in, so I was in the hood, trying to, make my way home. I was passing through the hood, so I thought it was just some hood shit, going on, whatever. And then they lights flashed on. They pulled me over. These motherfuckers jumped out their car so fast. All of them had their weapons drawn on me. You hiding any weapons? Get the fuck out the car. You hiding any weapons? No, I ain't got no weapons. I'm in scrubs. I still got my name badge on. What weapons? I'm not even a doctor. I'm a CNA. I don't even have scalpels and shit like that, unless you want to consider latex gloves a fucking weapon. They got in my car, man. They pulled me out the car, had me hemmed up against the road, handcuffed, and still in my uniform. They got in my car, destroying my car, looking for weapons. They kept asking for weapons, for drugs, and I was really heavy in the lifting. And all I had really in the car was my protein powder. I had a 5-pounder protein container, where I go to the gym and I mix something up real quick, out of pre or post workout. Took my fucking protein, scooping the powder out, fucking my car up, man. Fucking my car up. And then a 6 cop that's actually in a uniform, he showed up on the scene with a fucking rifle, went in the back of the trunk, came out with a rifle. This shit gotta stop, man. This shit gotta stop. And I feel like, I want to say this before I finish what I was just about to say. I want to just say, I don't promote violence whatsoever. Like, I am such a peaceful person, originally from the state of Georgia, like country. I try my best to get along with everybody. I don't really fuck with too many people because, people just so fucking wicked and evil towards one another. So I just mainly stay to myself. But, I don't promote violence. I don't want to see anybody, any race, any sexuality, whatever you decide to do with your life. I don't want to hear about you being shot and killed for any reason on the news. Ideally, I would love for the whole world, everyone on the planet, to just get along. Because that's what we was originally created to do. Mass produce, populate the earth, and get along and love one another. Because in the end, I don't care who you are, how you feel about it, what's your opinion about it. We're all brothers and sisters. We're on this planet together. We're in this shit together. So why hate one another? Because my skin is darker than yours? Because I'm a man? Or maybe because, I have a muscular build? You're afraid of me? You're intimidated? Why? What have I done for you to feel that way? Like, what is a legitimate reason to hate someone if they ain't cause you no kind of harm or cause the people that you love any kind of harm? Like, what is the reason? So with that being said, I feel like the only way that citizens is going to put a stop to this, it's going to have to like revert back to Black Panther days. But it's not just strictly, excuse me, sorry about that, damn it. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, it's not strictly, black people going through the shit. It's all of us going through the shit. White people, black people. This guy in the video, he was white, and even though, the black community, the majority of the black community has been getting killed and just been suffering, injustices, by law enforcement, even children, either killed or getting yoked up in school or wherever the fuck. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And I think it's just going to take all of us as a unit to come together and put a stop to this shit. Either physically or, professionally. People keep doing these peaceful protesting. I'm telling you, people like Trump and all them, they laugh at that shit. They don't give a fuck. They laugh at shit like that. Peaceful protest. It's so easy to ignore. But stuff like taking a knee at an NFL game is insulting to them. You got people dying, innocent people dying left and right, but they're focused on dumb shit like taking a knee at a football game. Who is that hurting? They ain't hurting the soldiers that goes out and fight for our freedom or whatever. That's not hurting them. They go out, according to what I've learned, what's the word I'm looking for? Practicing your freedom of speech is one of the reasons why they do what they do. Freedom. It don't have anything to do with the soldiers. Nothing at all. Like, these people that's taking a knee, they're not doing it to insult these American soldiers. Like, it's not about them. People that care about other people need to do something radical to stand out. And once people pay attention, then you can voice your opinion, and then you can fight for what you've been fighting for. Fight for your belief. Fight for other people's freedom to live and to go home in one piece, alive, to their families. As long as people keep doing, like, passive things like peaceful protesting, not taking a knee, just, random protesting outside a particular building or wherever area or wherever the fuck, it's easy to ignore stuff like that. They'll just, laugh at you, wave you to the side or whatever. But now that we know stuff like taking a knee during a national anthem bothers these motherfuckers, keep doing it. Keep doing it until they do something about these cops all over the country. These detectives, these cops, like, stop them from, this is what I think they should do. When an officer kills someone that's unarmed, that's complying, that's not putting their lives in danger, automatic, arrest them, lock them up. Lock them up and put them through trial, or give them the death penalty. Bring back the death penalty. I bet you if you bring back the death penalty for police officers, and it looks like, like if a police officer going through trial or going back and forth to court, and it looks like you might be in danger of getting a death penalty, or one or two cops that done some dumb shit like, kill an innocent civilian for no reason, or a child or whatever for no reason, and they get the death penalty, I guarantee you that shit will stop. Watch how fast that shit will stop. Oh, because now we get hurt. Now we're dying. We're getting punished for dumb shit. They're just too quick. They're too gun happy, man. They're too gun happy. And you need to do something to put a stop to it. Like, what is it going to take? And these government officials and stuff like that, they really don't give a fuck, because as long as it's not them or their family, they pretty much can do what they. So it's up to us. It's up to all of us. We need to come together and put a stop to this shit, because stuff like what happened to this gentleman on the motorcycle, it should not happen. You don't run up. He didn't show his badge. He took the man's wallet. He's on a bike and he's like begging the dude. He's like, ask him, can I please take my helmet off? Can I please turn off my bike? Because I can't hear you. And like, I know homeboy can hear what he's saying, and just by him saying, can I please turn off my bike and take off my helmet, he looks like he want to pop him right there. And the cop reaches over, takes his wallet off of his person, takes his wallet from him, turns off his bike and stuff like that, and still looks like he just want to blow this dude away, man. Like, there's no reason for shit like that. Guys, ignorance is a choice. Hatred is a choice. Prejudice and racism is a choice. You choose to be ignorant because it's easier being ignorant versus taking the time to learn about whatever it is that you don't fully understand. It's easy to hate because loving another person is work. But it's good work. It's beautiful work. But a lot of people just don't want to, just lazy and just don't care about life or themselves and other people. If a person don't care about themselves, they surely ain't gonna give a fuck about you. And it's easy to be racist, towards other, races, because you most likely you were brought up that way. You have fucked up parents and or a fucked up family, because sometimes grandparents or cousins or what have you. You had a fucked up upbringing as a kid, and they instilled that bullshit into you, as you grew up. Well, I guarantee you, like most people in this generation nowadays, if they're racist and they sit down and think to themselves, by themselves, like, why do I feel this particular way towards black people or Puerto Ricans or Asians or white people or whatever the fuck, I guarantee you they won't come up with a logical reason. They won't. Because they was raised, it was conditioned to be this way. It was conditioned to be stupid, ignorant bastards. Just like this fat fucking cop, Fucking coward. Cops that do shit like that, man. Cops that just so quick to take a life like that. Go outside of protocol, because I know that's not protocol. That's not protocol when it comes to policemen, detectives, or whatever. His life was not in any kind of danger. He was behind this dude, and he just ran up on him with his piece. These guys are cowards, man. They're cowards, and they got a God complex. I don't know. Maybe their mom didn't give them enough breast milk when they were babies. Maybe they can't get no women. No good woman. Maybe nobody want to fuck with them. People that's like that, they have issues. This dude, if you watch the video, I'm guarantee you this dude had issues. Look up the video. It's type in on YouTube, police misconduct at a biker, or policeman pull out gun on a guy on a motorcycle, something like that, on his bike, or some shit like that. I have to look at the video again to see what they title it, but it's just unbelievable, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. What is it gonna take, people, for you to be the victim? It's easy to ignore shit like this, as long as it's not happening to us, or to me, or to my family, or to my girl, or my man, or wherever the fuck, my kids, my parents. So easy to ignore dumb shit like this. And then when it is you that's the victim, now you want everybody to come to your aid. It don't work like that. We need to come together now, all of us, and put a stop to this shit, man. Put a stop to this dumb shit. Come tell you something else, in my opinion, that's disrespectful to, what's more disrespectful to the U.S. soldiers is cops taking the liberty to just go out and kill other Americans like this. You're fighting enemies abroad when we got enemies right here in our own fucking backyard. What you doing out there fucking with other motherfuckers when you got bastards right here in our backyard wants to do us harm for whatever reason they could come up with? That's insulting. And redirecting the attention, because people are doing peaceful, protesting, like taking a knee, but radical enough to get attention from people like, this bastard Trump and, and other people, with power similar to Trump. They know, so now it got their attention. They know why it's being done. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick, and they're gonna have to address it. We have to just keep it up, just keep drilling it. They have to address it sooner or later. They have to address, regardless how much hate and prejudice and ignorance Trump has inside. He has to address it. We just have to keep it up and stop these officers. Stop them from not just killing innocent black people or Puerto Ricans or Asians or whites. All of us. Hold them accountable. We got to stop this shit, guys. It's sad that we live in a world like this. All the different, you got pepper spray, and you got handcuffs, and you got your tasers, and you pull out your firearm? For what? For what? If this dude was speeding, if he was, driving reckless and putting other people in danger, I would have pulled over next to him, with your lights on in your vehicle, and tell him to pull his ass over. Get his information, ask him for his information, and if it's grounds to handcuff him and take him away, then do so. Don't pull a weapon out on him. Whatever it was that pissed this cop off like that, it's still no excuse for the way he handled it. So, that's just, I apologize for getting tongue-tied, guys. Some of the pauses in between, because I'm just really still digesting everything, cause I'm literally just reading about this, and it's just so difficult, to read stuff like this and to see shit like this, because these guys are cowards. They're cowards. And once you hold cowards accountable, you'll see how quick, they'll change up the act. Growing up, I guarantee you, the majority of you, I'm sure you guys growing up been in an experience where you have a school bully and you keep trying to, ignore the bully, turn the other cheek, tell the teacher anything to keep it from getting violent until, you know, you have no choice but to defend yourself. Cause bullies, if you don't do something to let them know you ain't gonna put up with the shit, it's like the teasing is just gonna get worse. The harassment is just gonna get worse until one day you have to fuck them up. And then when you fuck them up, you see how quick they want to be your friend? It's the same shit. Coward motherfuckers. When you whoop their ass or you do something where they have no choice but to cut their bullshit out, they'll do that shit ASAP. Distribute some kind of punishment, something severe, where it's an example to others that want to do the same dumb shit. You better cut it out or this is what's going to happen to you. And watch how quick this shit will stop. I guarantee you. Implement the death penalty or life in prison for these cops. They're supposed to be professionals. They're trained professionals. That's just like me. Pursuing a career in, tractor trailer. Like we're considered, even now I got my class B, I'm considered a professional driver. So not only am I supposed to get my passengers from point A to point B, I'm supposed to look out for other people that's also on the road. The dumbasses, like this guy on the bike. Like, I don't know if he was driving crazy or reckless or not, but if he was, it's my responsibility to make sure his dumbass don't get killed for whatever it is that he's doing, speeding or whatever he's doing. I don't neglect my training because I feel some type of way about what's going on at that, particular moment. Cops is the same way, It's protocol, man. You don't distribute your own sense of twisted justice because you're wrong. And what really pisses me off about all this, like once the incident take place and it's on camera and everything, like their superiors takes up for them, defends them. Gives them paid leave absence. While the family is crying and grieving over their loved one, their dad or, brother or whatever the fuck. He's, the cop that killed this innocent civilians out somewhere on vacation, paid leave, chilling from taking another life. So, yeah, man. I just wanted to talk about this real quick, because I just read the article and I saw the video and it was just like, it's just getting worse, And again, those of you that watch this and might feel some type of way, with that ignorant racial bullshit, let that shit go, man. You're like, yeah, I'm black and I got plenty of white friends, all around me. My girlfriend is white. My girl is white. We all need each other. Black people need white folks and Puerto Ricans and Asians and all, everything else in between. And Puerto Ricans need blacks and Asians, and we all need each other. We all need one another. In my opinion, each culture, each nationality brings a sense of history and we enrich ourselves with our own culture. Like with black people in hip hop and slang and stuff like that. Because of white people, I've learned how to conduct myself professionally when I'm at work. Growing up, fresh out of high school, I was quick to get amped, if I felt disrespectful. I had white people teach me, you can fight and stand up for yourself, but do it the right way. Like, don't go up in there acting brolic, because ain't nobody gonna try to listen to you. Puerto Ricans, taught me how how to cook and broaden my horizon. Well, they didn't teach me how to cook, but they broadened my horizon for different things that I didn't used to fuck with as far as food is concerned. And I know that's like, little shit, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to make a point. We all need each other, man. That's my original point. We all need each other, and we really need to like cut the bullshit and come together to like cut this shit out, because it's unnecessary, and it's just gonna continue to get worse. But that's it, guys. I apologize again. If you find this video fucked up or you feel some kind of way about it, just food for thought. All right, peace. I'll holler at you guys later.